All right, we're on the Mondeaux Avenue and we're coming up to the North Fork of the Yellow River here. We got a crew going on today. We got Chris. How you doing?
Great.
Sarah.
Hello.
And Arlene.
Hey.
Does anybody have any words of wisdom for today? So far?
We're stoked.
We're stoked.
Appreciate nature.
Appreciate nature. What about you, Arlene?
Perfect day.
Perfect day so far. So here's the North Fork of the Yellow River we're going across. And fairly shortly we should be taking a right and hiking into the woods. So just getting started, and we're heading over to the beautiful Mondeaux Flowage. So that's going to be the highlight in a couple hours. So all right, we're back out on Mondeaux Avenue, and we just changed up our gear, and we're going back into the woods here on the north side of Mondeaux Avenue, and we'll be hiking. Just double check that nobody dropped anything, and we're headed towards Highway E will be our next stop. And I remember this being fairly good here. So that last little spot south of the Mondeaux Avenue was a little jungly. All right, we're coming up to Highway E, which is a paved road. This section between Mondeaux Avenue and E, it's a lot of rooty spots, a couple little muddy spots, but not incredibly bad. So we're coming up to E, and there's a couple of cars in the parking lot. So who knows, we might meet some people along the way. And here we go, let's go out and take a look at Highway E. Oops. Oh, there's even somebody here. Ahoy, hiker! Whoa. So a nice paved road here, and we're gonna come over and talk to this hiker over here. Hey everybody, we're at the trailhead on Highway E, and look at who we meet. Keaton. We met him last year. It was his first hike last year. Now he's coming out again because he enjoyed it so much.
Absolutely, love this area. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, so he got the hiking bug, and we're gonna take a group photo. But just good to see you, and happy hiking.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and you were from Madison, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Madison area.
So if you come into Fontana Sports, you'll see me.
Okay.
So you work there normally during the day.
Okay.
But and you did something with, weren't you like with the software or something like that?
That's the other guy. I do. I'm an environmental technician.
Oh.
For an engineering consulting company. So
Okay.
very
So, okay, so good to see him again, and we got the whole group here enjoying our meeting with him again. Good luck on your trip.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the bridge that's been repaired several times. As you can see, all the different sized pieces of wood they put in. So you know how Dolly Parton's got her coat of many colors. That's the bridge of many boards. And we're getting into what's called the hardwood forest here. And we're getting some big trees. So, and there's a little grassland area, meadow type area that way, which should be good for the wildlife. So coming down to, you know, getting into the bigger trees. All right, we're crossing another low bridge, but this is a part where they've had some serious cutting work here.
You can see the one that came down right there.
Yeah, I remember that. And yeah, so this is where they had to do a bunch of work here. And I remember this from here's a tree that's like halfway fallen over. So thank you to the trail maintainers for maintaining the trail. Otherwise this section east of Highway E. It's been a fairly pleasant walk, just kind of like this. And this is a spot where, yeah, they got a lot of trees that they had to do chainsaw work. Incredibly amount of chainsaw work right here. It looks like some of it some of this one's older, but this one looks brand new right here. Look at that. So, and here's another future trail obstruction. So this is a spot where they did have a windstorm and was pretty messed up. They're coming along. Did we lose Chris again? Okay. He falls behind to take photos. Right here is kind of a, you know, what do you call it, a mythical little forest with a little mucky area there and beautiful huge trees and pine needles on the ground to walk on. Just kind of you know, what you call medieval forest here. You know, you could see a knight in shining armor come riding his horse through here. Here's a little down tree right there, and I haven't seen very many of those on this section. And we're coming down to another little bridge over this murky area here, and it's another bridge that has got several different sized boards on it. So they use whatever they can use, and we're going this way. We got an arrow. And on this section there's some yellow diamonds, and there's yellow blazes. So a couple different styles of blazing the tree. You can see the trail going up that way, but I don't know if the diamond is for like cross-country skiing or what, or it's just the way they, since it's yellow, it just marks the Ice Age trail. Alright, we're hiking on this little road here, and we missed this turnoff here. There's a turnoff right there that we missed. So we're kind of waiting for Chris to come. But maybe back here on this tree here, they should have had, there's a tree over here. They could have had a turn signal on, maybe on that tree, to let you know that you need to turn. Because when you're walking down this road with these big, you know, flowers here, and I just kept going down this road that way for a ways, and the trail goes there. That little post is a little hard to see. So that's what happened. Alrighty, we're waiting for Chris because we don't want him to get messed up on this road too. We got a whole bunch of blazes here, but that didn't do us very good. Needed to be back more on that road. But we're coming up the hill here. We're back on the track here. And hopefully we'll be coming out on that West Mondeaux Road pretty soon. Alright, we're at a mucky spot where I think they need a little boardwalk across there. But we came across this log and then across this log. And we made it across. I have the hiking pole, so we threw it back across for everybody to use. It says 2.3 miles to the Mondeaux Lodge. But coming up shortly is the Picnic Point campsite where we're parked. And so in fact that's the sign for it right there. So we're heading for that right now. Beautiful tall trees here. which is the highlight of this hike. We're coming up to Mondeaux Lake and the picnic point campground pretty soon, but before you get there, here's a nice little boardwalk built by the Wisconsin Conservation Corps way back when. It's holding up pretty good. Some spots where it looks a little crooked, but not that bad. Oh, and here we are. We're at the junction of the trail right here. So we're coming up to the junction here, and you can see Mondeaux Flowage down that way. Okay, so going to the right, that's where you start escalating right there, going up on the Esker. And this is the picnic point, little campground. It's a tent camping area, not RV. There's 3 other areas, campgrounds around here that do allow RVs. But this one is just a nice little area for tent camping. And we're coming out. There's my car right here. And I can't remember if this campground has a well up, you know, like a pumping well or not. But it certainly has a little latrine over here. It's a latrine on the other side of my car. And, oh yeah, there's a pump over that way. I'm not sure if it works. Okay, we're finished with the shuttle. We re-shuttled them. But these guys are taking it easy. And the guys who are doing the shuttling. Look at that.
Good morning.
Hi. And we're here at the beautiful picnic point campground of the CHEQUAMEGON National Forest. We're not the only ones with hammocks. Look at over there. They got some other people lounging around. So this gives you a good layout of the picnic point. Nice bench there. There's a latrine over that way. And then I was going to come over here and see if this pump actually works or not. People are having picnics over there. They've got big tables full of checkered tablecloth. But I'm not sure. It doesn't look like there's... Oh, it doesn't work. So it's got the handle missing due to unsafe water samples permanently closed, and then it shows you where you can go. Here they're at the hand pump at the West Point campground. So you got to go up to the next campground right there. So that's what's happening with that. And just what, you know, if you're hiking and if you're a backpacker, you've got the Mondeaux Flowage right there you can get water out of. So here's one. This is a federal facility, so your state park sticker does not apply. So there you go. And these guys are getting ready. And I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And they're going to hike around the flowage here. And they're going to hike to their car on Fawn Avenue. You guys could just take a shortcut here and swim across the lake right there.
Maybe hold our packs over.
Yeah, right there. And that would be a little bit of a shortcut. But now you've got like 2 miles to hike up the flowage. And to get to Fawn Avenue and Shady Lane, I think it's about 9 miles. So have a good hike, everybody.
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you.
It was nice having you.
All right, I'm on the Lake 19 road. There's the car. And there's the trail going west. This trail going east. And I'm going to hike in here less than a mile. Is when the Chippewa Lobe starts. The Chippewa Lobe Loop Trail. I'm gonna check that out. I got my loppers with me. and I've got a saw hanging off the back of me. So checking out the Chippewa Lobe and doing some trail maintenance too at the same time. Great to see the breakers, Sarah, Chris, and Arlene. Great hiking with them. I just remember this spot, the Lake 19 Road, is where last year Arlene pulled up where she was getting lame. Her foot was bad, her leg was bad, but I kind of pushed them last year. We did like 28 miles in 2 days. So today they're doing something like 13, and tomorrow they're doing 6. So hopefully they'll be good for this weekend. Okay, we got to a spot where there's 2 ribbons here. I'm not sure how Tman ribbon stuff. But it looks like the trail's going to go that way. That was my recommendation, that it stay on top of this hill for ways, because it comes down this hill. I believe we're going down the hill right now, and it hits kind of a forest road, and that forest road is wet in some places, so they veer the trail off that road anyway. So it might as well just stay up on top of this hill for a while, and then go down the hill, you know, at a later spot. So here we go, we're going down the hill. Nice marshy area down here, but again, right here, this is a little muddy area here once we get down to the bottom of the hill, and the trail veers around several other muddy spots. So like I said, they might as well just keep the trail on top of the hill for a while. This is a spot where it's mucky, and they detoured it going up the hill. And there's a couple other spots that I remember where it was mucky. Here it looks to where it must come back down here. There's a ribbon there, and there's ribbons there. So it looks like there's some ribbons up there. So it looks like they might be having the trail on top of the hill to avoid that mucky area, which is a good idea. I'm here at the junction of the Chippewa Lobe and the Ice Age Trail, and I met up with some hikers. I don't even know their name yet. You can just say your first name.
Hi, I'm Marta.
Marta?
Bert.
Bert and Marta. And Marta is actually from the country of Poland.
Oh, yes, oh, yeah.
She's came over here like, what'd you say, 3 years ago.
Yes.
And you guys are from the Chicago area?
Yeah, Chicago and west side of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're a multi-state type people,
Yep.
and even multinational here. So we came out to this cute little pond here, which is amazing. I love this pond. This is like one of my favorite spots on the Ice Age Trail. So, like I said, when you're here at the junction of the Chippewa Lobe Trail and the Ice Age Trail, you go east on the Chippewa Lobe for about 200 yards. There's a campsite, and then you come out to this little pond. So it's pretty great stuff, right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't know about it, but I got them. Now this is going to be like their favorite spot in Wisconsin. So, all right. I'm back at the junction here of the Chippewa Lobe and the Ice Age Trail. And here's a sign right in here. And this is what kind of attracted me to come out here and do some trail maintenance. This sign here is totally getting overrun with brush and stuff. So my plan is basically to, the first thing I'm going to do is clear out in front of this sign. So here it is, about 20 minutes later. I've got it pretty cleared out in front of that sign now. Like I said, that was one of my inspirations from coming out here. Is that sign was just being blocked by the undergrowth. And basically what happens here, if you come back here, as you can see, it says it's got the yellow blaze and going to the left. And then going down this way here is the Chippewa Lobe Trail. And it does say on this thing, mile 0 right there, and you're supposed to go that way. And over here it says mile 6.1, which is kind of like right here it says 7 miles, so there's kind of a discrepancy there. But anyway, this is one of those things, and here's where the Ice Age Trail goes, is to the left here. And they should have a blaze down this way that you could see right away. And I think they used to, because I think this tree, this tree right here used to have a blaze on it. It's got 2 nails in it, and they usually use like the aluminum nails so they don't hurt. If the tree goes through a sawmill, it doesn't hurt the blaze. The blade, I mean. So, like I said, they used to have a plastic blaze on that tree, but I don't see it laying around here anyplace to put it back up. So, and I don't have one with me. Maybe I should start carrying them. Anyway, that's what's happening here at the junction of the Chippewa Lobe and the Ice Age Trail. I'm going to go down this way and do some more trail work. Here's a nice section here of the Chippewa Lobe. To me, it looks like it's a spot where people have camped before. Looks fairly clear. Wow. There seems to be quite a few spots like this along this trail that look like they have been camped at. I'd say that's about the 4th or 5th spot since the junction, which is like less than a mile. And maybe up here is another spot where it looks like people camped. Right here underneath these trees, it's an opening. But I don't know if I'd want to be camped too close to big trees. That's a big tree. If it's got any chance for lightning. And down here, looks like there's a side trail going back in that way. And maybe even a spot back there to camp. So, interesting developments here on the Chippewa Lobe. I was trail clearing for a while, and I decided I would just hike down this way and see what the trail looks like. And to me, the trail looks fairly clear. I've only run into about 3 or 4 trees that have been down so far. So, looks good to me. Hey, here's a fairly recent down tree that came off of that tree way over there, and it's still green, but I punched a hole through it. But so far I've been hiking east or southeast from the Chippewa Junction campsite. That's what I call it, where the Ice Age Trail and the Chippewa Lobe Trail separate there. There's a campsite, and so far it's been really, really good. There's kind of a swampy area over to the right of the trail, but we're staying in the good woods, so cleared here, and you got the blue diamonds to show you where to go. And here looks like a little hairy part right in here that normally I would work on it, but I just want to hike down a ways and see what, a little muddy in here too. Maybe it could be rerouted around that. And just hiking down the trail to see what it looks like down this way. I came to this spot right here where I sawed up this tree here, got it off of the trail, and there's a few other littler trees down that way, but this was kind of a cluster, so with several branches over the trail. Now I'm heading back. I am back at the sign here at the junction of the Chippewa Lobe and the Ice Age Trail here, where I cleared out earlier. Now you can see the sign really good. I think I cleared another half a mile to 3/4 of a mile going that way. Actually, this trail here, the regular Ice Age, looks like it could use a little clearing too. But I don't have that much time today. So a good hike to check out the trail here. I didn't go, I've never been down the Chippewa Lobe Trail very far. Seems like a really nice trail that wasn't overly in disrepair, so that's good. All right, there's an example of a recently chainsawed tree here. Probably Buzz Meyer, or maybe it was the seasonal trail crew. But anyway, we're coming up on Lake 19 Road. I'm parked, you can see it over there. So here's another tree that looks like it's been sawed this year sometime. Right there. Want to say shout out to the breakers. Nice hiking with you this morning. And then Keaton, was it Keaton or I think it's Keaton, who we saw this morning. That was great. He hiked here last year on Labor Day and he loved it so much, so he came back. And then the backpackers that I met just a little while ago when I first started trail clearing, it was MARTA and BERT. And it was nice as I was trail clearing, and she asked me, are you trail clearing? I said yes. And that's kind of nice when you're out trail clearing and you have some hikers come up on you and kind of have the gratification of hey, I'm out here clearing the trail so you guys have a good trail to hike on. So here we are, we're back at the Lake 19 Road. I'm gonna get packed up and set sail. All right, see you on my next adventure.